In this video tutorial, we'll learn about few terms related to conservation of plants and animals. First one is meaning of species. So what do we mean by species? For example, all humans here are of, say, same species. All dogs are of same species. Humans are Homo sapiens. It's a scientific name. But the main character of a species are they can interbreed. Now, what is the meaning of interbreed? Right? The meaning of interbreed is they can produce young ones. Same species together can produce young ones. You all know what all the animals are from the cat family. We have a domestic cat here on your screen. A lion again belongs to a cat family. A tiger is again a cat family. But we cannot expect that there will be a young one because of a lion and a tiger. They cannot interbreed. A domestic cat and the lion cannot interbreed and produce young ones. Therefore, we say that they are not from same species. So, though they belongs to a same family, cat family, they cannot interbreed. But a domestic cat can interbreed with another domestic cat and produce young one. A lion can interbreed with another lion and produce young ones. And same with tiger and so on. Therefore, the group of individuals which are able to breed means to produce young ones. When they breed among themselves are all called species. I hope you understood the meaning of this. The group of individuals which are able to breed freely among themselves form a species, right? The next one which we have already learnt a bit is flora and fauna. So again we'll take up this term and revise. Now first one is flora. Though the term flora comes with a meaning of flower, okay, flower, but it includes even non-flowering plants. Flowers are among the group as well as non-flowering plants. Even it includes bacteria, fungi, and all other microorganisms. Altogether it is called flora. And what do you mean by fauna? Fauna are entire animal population, animal kingdom, which are living in their natural habitat. So animal kingdom refers to fauna and the plant kingdom refers to flora. Right? When we talk about flora of a particular place, this means all the plants available in that particular place. If somebody speaks on fauna of that particular place, it is referring to the animals which are available in that particular place. So altogether, flora and fauna results to biodiversity of that place. So here you have learned three main terms. A species. So species are those individuals which can breed themselves and produce young ones. Next, flora, plant kingdom. And whereas fauna, animal kingdom. So in the plant kingdom, even microorganisms are like fungi and bacteria are involved. And all this together is referred as biodiversity. You must have heard a quote, one organism is food for another, like a deer eat a grass, and a lion or a tiger can feed on deer. And that is what is called food chain. Food chain is a linked system, Each of us depend on other organisms. That's what is food chain. And it's a linked system, and it is required to maintain the continuity in life. Ultimately, the entire biosystem is a life support for the human race. If this food chain is broken, then that is disastrous for the humankind. Biodiversity will be lost. In the nature, new forms of organisms are evolving every day. And at the same time, many old forms are disappearing. Here we'll see two terms. One is evolution and another is extinction. And what do you mean by evolution? Generating of or generation of new forms, coming of new forms. And extinction is degeneration of some of the old forms, like dinosaurs are extinction. They are not there present, like that many animals are not present. So there is an evolution of few organisms and extinction of old organisms. But the real danger to the biodiversity. And what is biodiversity? Flora and fauna. Plant kingdom and animal kingdom can be broadly categorized in two categories: a natural disaster and human activities. As we already you must have read that natural disasters in the beginning must have been the reason for extinction of dinosaurs. But humans are equally responsible for creating some of the so-called natural disasters. As far as natural disasters are concerned, earthquakes are one of them. Sometimes you can even refer as storms and cyclones. But remember, some of the natural disasters are also because of the human activities, such as climate change, drought, and floods. These are also can be referred due to human activities. Landslides, again because of the human activities. Of course, we have written under the natural disaster here. These are because of some of our own activities. Growth of human population, and thereby we require more of crop to eat, to survive, and we keep cutting the trees, and because of deforestation, more of energy consumption, wood is being used as a fuel, and then emission of carbon dioxide which result into pollution. All that is danger to the biodiversity, and this happen because of deforestation. And we have already seen deforestation leads to several consequences, and they are: the first one is desertification, which we have learned in previous video tutorials, that the entire land becomes a desert and infertile due to soil erosion, right? And the groundwater level will go down because of not having proper percolation. Whatever rainwater falls, when the rain falls on the ground, it has to percolate into a ground instead of flowing into other direction. So if that system is lost, then that leads to lowering of groundwater level. The next one is change in climate. This is again, fewer trees leads to more of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide leads to more of temperature, and then more temperature leads to climate change, and so somewhere you will find floods. And when the temperature goes higher and higher, that phenomena we call it as a global warming, and that disturbs the habitat, right? Forest animals will start coming into the civilian places. There will be changes in the amount of rainfall, which affects a water cycle. Water cycle is that which the water on the ground, due to sun rays and heat, converts into vapor and then forms into cloud, and again in the form of rain it reaches again back to the earth. So this water cycle completely disturbs, and because of which again there will be a floods as well as drought which takes place. So these are the few consequences of deforestation, and this is an important concept. Okay, as far as examination is concerned, you can write few points and explain them as your answer. Look at this deer, Shanghai deer, and the main specialty of this is it is found only in Kebul Lamjao National Park of Manipur, or few parts of northeast. If you go to Western Ghats, you can find the rarest monkey there, one of the rarest seen in the animal kingdom, and it's therefore is the most threatened species in the verge of extinction, and that is lion-tailed macaque. Again, it is bound to a specific location, that is Western Ghats of India. Here is another example, Kashmir stag. It's also called hangul, and it is found in Jammu and Kashmir and in Himachal Pradesh. Not only the animals, there are few plants which are found in a specific geographical region. In northeast of India, this a flower-like plant is found. In Assam, in Manipur, and in Meghalaya, you can see this plant. One more example, you must have seen this plant. It's called pitcher plant. It's a carnivorous plant. And what is carnivorous? It eats insects. And again, it is confined to a particular geographical location. You will find this only in India. And therefore all these animals and plants are referred as endemic species. And why endemic species? Endemic species are because they are found only in particular location on the planet. I hope you have understood the meaning of endemic. Endemic means found only in a particular location. For example, on screen there is a Madagascar country, and a famous animal which is found there is a lemurs. Those who have seen a Madagascar movie, you can recall this picture. Many lemurs are seen on this picture. Now look at the story of panda. There are only 2060 pandas are available in the world right now. And this is 2020 data. And why it is so? Pandas mainly depend on bamboo tree because it eats bamboo. Second point, pandas reproduce so infrequently. So their population grows very slowly. So these 2 points are very important for their low population growth. As the human population increased, they have started using more and more bamboos for their personal use. So bamboos have reduced in the forest, and that results into food shortage for pandas, because panda eats bamboo around 26 to 84 pounds of bamboo per day. And that is the reason why the population of panda is so low, and it is declared as a most endangered species and in the verge of extinction by IUCN. And what is IUCN? International Union for Conservation of Nature. One more example, which is very familiar to us, tiger, Panthera tigris. And tigers are in danger, we all know. And why are they in danger? Because of poaching. And what do you mean by poaching? Hunting. And why do they hunt? Because every part of the tiger is of human use, such as skin. So mainly for the skin, tigers are being killed. And the second reason is habitat loss. And what do you mean by habitat loss? What do you mean by habitat first? Habitat is when the animals reside in a particular place in their own living condition without any disturbance of the civil population. That is what is their habitat. For example, penguins require a very cold conditions, right? So as other animals. But as the human population increased, requirement of crop production also increased, and that amounts to cutting of tree, and that is a habitat loss for animals like tigers. And therefore, two reasons: first one is poaching and second one is habitat loss. Even the Asian elephant is in danger. It is again considered as endangered species by IUCN. And why is it? Again the same reason, poaching. And why do the people poach? Because again the organs of these animals, particularly the teeth, is more wanted for the people. Since 1986, the Asian elephant has been listed as endangered on the IUCN red list, and population has declined at least 50% over the last 3 elephant generation, which is about 60 to 75 years. Again, the reason is loss of habitat, habitat degradation. People have started occupying their habitat, their area. So these two are very important reasons, and adding to all, poaching. And here is a plant called Lotus Cornicolatus, and it appears like this. Why it is so important? Because this is a food for animals, but these plants are destroyed due to human habitations and land for agriculture. So for different reasons, ecocycle is broken. And what is ecocycle? Every species is dependent on other species. It is said that extinction of bee, extinction means if bee life is completely over in this world, extinction, no more bees in this world. Bee extinction would mean the end of the humanity. We all will be no more if bees are not there, because bees are the one who could help in pollination and thereby more of vegetation in this on this earth, and because of which many animals survive. On those animals, rest of the animals survive. All that ecological balance is completely done because of every factor which is there on the screen now. And if one of these is broken, rest all of the life will be endangered. So in this video we have seen meaning of species. And what do you mean by species? Species are those animals which can interbreed, which means they can produce their offspring. And then we have seen some of the animals which are endemic, specific to the particular region, geographical locations, such as Sangai deer, Asiatic lion, Kashmir stag. And then we have talked on ecological balance, and ecological balance is being disturbed now. We shall see what is the solution for all these problems to keep ecological balance intact.